Last time on Long Distance Dungeons & Dragons Dinner Theater, Juan rescued her brother Jean and returned to the Velox to plot her revenge on the humans that had injured or killed so much of her family recently. Fleet captured Jorge the dragon and sacrificed his soul to Chaya, awakening a young umbral dragon. Then she was instructed by her uncle to follow our adventurers and find more great crystals. Meanwhile, in the Isle of Reyes, the leaders of Rotville prepared for a boatload of investors in their newly rebuilt city. And now, Long Distance Dungeons & Dragons Dinner Theater continues.
Let's see. What can we do to also help prepare for this? How many people do we have any idea of the number of people that are
roll me percentage dice.
Since it's you guys, you guys send
well,
out.
both of you, because you're getting people from Urgathoa too. So both roll percentage dice, each couple.
58, 31.
All right, so 310 and 580, so 890. So about 890 people are going to show up total.
Okay.
Living people, not zombies. Just real people who might buy property or invest in your town or just hang out and tell more people about the place.
Okay. Can we make sure that we have scavenged the town and whatnot beforehand to pick up any, valuables and weapons and armor that's laying around to set us little guys or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot left because the place was pretty much ravaged by the crystal being taken and everything was underground. So the marketplace is pretty empty. And the zombies don't have any skills to make anything, so there aren't any craftsmen in town anymore. There's no smith anymore.
But we let them draw some people in to live here.
Yeah. So there's not a whole lot to offer other than prostitution. You guys are preparing one feast, but you have 2 owlbears for 580 people. So you're not sure that's gonna be enough food still.
Yeah.
You're gonna have you make some sliders or something, and everyone will get a snack.
The kebabs.
Yeah, make owlbear kebabs. Yeah, you're gonna try to keep it light and make sure everyone just gets one.
Yeah.
Luckily for you, there was still a lot of ale left over underneath in the underground. Luckily, whenever they ransacked the city, they didn't know about the underground layer of the city where the rat folk used to, hide out. So the taverns had some underground storage, and there's still lots of ale there. So you guys still have a good supply of ale and things like that. And you've built a new whorehouse.
The rod box.
Yeah, and there's the rod box, and there's Vertiga's pussy, the rod box. But yeah, there's a place for marketplace, just not a whole lot to sell yet. I mean, you don't know.
Alright.
There's a place for a stable, but nothing in the stable because you guys have no one to run the stable right now.
I guess we'll let it ride and see what happens when everyone shows up. How that goes.
All right.
Not a planning, guys. Got 800.
So you guys have 2 owlbears, which is probably enough to feed at least 100 people. If you want, you guys have all these zombies on your side too. You could say that they can gather some local game meat too, so you can send out a group every day. We could say you guys were preparing for this for a while. You knew it was coming. You have your first investor ship coming. So besides the 2 owlbears would be the fancy thing that you guys have. But then otherwise we'll say they caught some small game, local small game, fowl, birds and things like that, and whatever else small game animals, squirrel meat, snake meat. Whatever little things that the zombies could catch and also cook up. So we'll assume you guys have enough food to feed all these people, not just 2 owlbears. The first ship to arrive is a ship of Urgathoan pilgrims. Most of them dressed in black, most of them scarified. A lot of them traveling with zombie relatives of their own. Maybe looking for a place to bring them whenever, to bring them now, because it's hard to keeping a zombie at home, having a zombie living, they never sleep. Yeah. So maybe they're looking for a place to dump off their zombie relatives. So there's a couple Urgathoans with zombie relatives that are just coming to check the place out. That's the first ship to arrive. Then hours later, 2 other ships arrive closer to dusk. People are already kind of wandering around the city now. This is the first guys, you guys haven't seen a whole lot of living people in a while, which is kind of a relief for you, Harlock and Fancy. You guys have been surrounded by zombies for a couple months now. So for you to see living, breathing pink people with normal colored flesh is kind of a relief. So these people are wandering around town. Then later on, 2 ships arrive with wealthy people from Oestra, mostly scientists and investors of various degrees, interested in your property or interested in what you're doing with the zombies, because a lot of them work with zombie science in Oestra. And they seem pretty impressed with what you've done with the place and your use of zombies and having a place to stick zombies, and they want to talk to you about having a place to send more zombies because they have a problem. Because like they experiment with prolonging life in OSR, you guys know that. And so a lot of times they just create zombies. So they kind of have too many zombies and not enough place to put them. So they're really interested in talking to you about having a place to send a lot of these zombies. And a place to have, a vacation place for themselves. So this place is very nice, the weather's nice. It's just pretty calm here now, other than the fact that it's full of zombies. A lot of the people from Oestra are, like I said, are used to zombies, so even for them it's not that weird. So like a lot of people wouldn't want to live around a bunch of zombies. People from Oestra are very used to it, because they kind of dabble in that science anyway. So for a lot of them, to retire here would be fine. So you've got a lot of older humanoid races, mostly humans, but there are other races are there interested in securing some housing, securing some business, and bringing in some trade. There are several people that are interested in like what kind of things you think your marketplace might need. If you're looking for tradesmen of certain types, they think they can bring them in if you can guarantee some sort of thing. Like what kind of deal you're trying to make to bring in artisans.
Yeah, I think any kind of we need carpenters, stonemasons, other craftspeople for clothing.
Okay, so clothing.
Maybe an alchemist / mad scientist wouldn't be a terrible thing. Someone hanging out, just tinkering with the immortality or whatever. I like where that was coming from.
All right.
Urgathoa.
So you guys put out like a Craigslist ad for these kind of people with these visitors. You guys say we're looking for these types. So list those types down on the mat real quick.
Okay, let's see.
The kind of jobs you want to try and fill while these people are here.
Alright, so let's see. We're going to need... This is all mostly like craft stuff. Alright, so we're going to want a smithy. Like a carpenter. A stonemason.
A tailor.
Yeah. Alchemist. And then I guess we would also... I don't know if we do it through the Church of Urgathoa, but maybe some religious iconography of Urgathoa, little beetles with the skull, do some kind of thing like that. That could be from carpenters or masons, probably, I guess.
Yeah, depending on what you're making it of wood or stone or...
Religious relics would be nice, but yeah.
You're like a butcher. They only sell brains.
Import brains from all over the place.
Yeah.
The fanciest brain.
If you want to add a brain butcher, that's fine. Basically, write down whatever you want in the city. We're building the city again. We're rebuilding the city. So write down whatever things you want in the city. Write down right now. We'll determine if that happens.
All right.
So basically, list any service you would want available in the city ever.
All right. Butcher for brains.
We're gonna determine if they exist or not. So.
Okay. All right.
Think about the other cities you visited, the things that they have. I mean, even the thing like gambling arena you talked about a second ago. If you really want a gambling arena of some sort, then now's the time to talk about it. Like
a real arena.
Yeah.
an actual arena, write that down too. Add it if you want to add it. Write it down.
All right. We'll do an arena. How about
a gambling den? Prison?
Yeah.
Write it down.
Ashley wants to add like a brewer.
All right, a brewery is a good idea.
Yeah. Okay. Brewery. I guess we'd also need some bars.
Yeah, like tavern owners.
Inn,
Yeah, taverns, inns. Write tavern and inn or tavern / inn if you want to be combined.
Yeah.
You can have a combined or separate. I do it different in every town. Some towns have them all in one place, and some towns are different. So it's up to you guys.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
We got a temple and a courthouse.
Yeah.
I mean, that seems like a pretty good city.
That's a pretty good list.
Do you have like general Do you have like a general market written down?
No.
Yeah, well, that was gonna be like right by the docks. I think that
So
was
write market on there, because bringing in merchants is like a thing you guys want to try to do right now too while you're talking to people. So merchants, at least write that. About shipping industry, do you guys want to bring in more stuff at the docks? Because right now it's just like for receiving people that
Yeah, alright.
try like exporting or shipping business type stuff, or
Yeah.
Longshoremen's Union.
yeah, write it.
We'll ship you zombies, no problem.
Is are those all the things you guys would like to have included in this town whenever you're talking to these investors about stuff that you're interested in?
Yeah, I think that.
Oh, a stable master.
All right, stable. All right.
How about let's try to do some sort of a sightseeing thing where people can go and explore the caves, search for gems, whatever, get rich kind of thing.
All right.
What's that called? Splunking?
Spelunking? Yeah.
Spelunking,
Yeah, you guys could do that. You guys could do like a rock climbing adventure tours or something.
Yeah.
Right? Rock climbing adventure tours.
Alright, so now we know we're gonna use the caves for spelunking.
Alright. And then we got, like, I'm just talking like general tourism, like taking people through the graveyard up in the north part of the area.
Yeah, you can just write tourism. You just write tourism down too. That's fine.
Yeah, they can challenge a little ghost cat when it pops up or whatever.
Yeah. So you guys have gotten all this stuff written down of all the stuff that you'd like to include in the town.
Yeah, I think we got it.
All right. So you guys have talked to all of your investors. Here's what's going to happen. Roll me a diplomacy check, Spachimin couple.
Alright, I got 7.
Both pretty good.
Well,
Yeah, I only rolled a 12.
okay, now Ashley, or let Fancy try.
All right. Hopefully she helps you out.
17 plus.
All right.
6, 23, and then I can roll an intimidate.
All right, so luckily Fancy's pretty well connected, but she knows all these people, and she was kind of able to wheel and deal. Froderick and Harlock aren't much help in this kind of situation. Really, they're not very the diplomatic type. But Fancy's made some connections. She's talked to some people, and here's what she's worked out. She's found some various tradespeople, some various people that are willing to come into the town. She knows zombies can't do a whole lot. She's found people willing to live here. In exchange for free room and board, if you just give them a place to live, you give them free housing, they will bring these industries into your town. What I need you guys to do is for each one of these things you've written down, roll a percentage chance. Above 50 means this person exists, below 50 means they don't exist on this ship. So if you get above 50, there's someone here that's willing to do this job if you just give them a free place to live, and that will now exist in this town as long as they have a free housing.
You want to take turns?
And you guys have plenty of free housing right now, so...
Alright, above 50 and below,
Yep, so above is yes, below is no.
you guys start.
Yeah, you can do 1, 2, 3, yeah, do it in a row, that's fun.
The smithy.
Alright.
100%.
No.
That's 70, so yes, we have a
Still,
smith.
Smithy exists, so you guys were able to recruit a Smithy into town for a free room and board.
Carpenter, 87, yes. I guess pretty much we don't have to roll a second, we just roll the first one.
Yeah,
No,
and then you don't have to roll both dice, correct. Just roll the big one. You can just roll a D10. If I should have said D10. It makes it way easier.
Alright. Taylor. No Taylor, but we do have a Mason. The Alchemist. Oh wait, that's not me to roll.
Not like you're gonna get any fancy clothes, guys.
Alright.
You have to send those albo feathers out somewhere else to get them.
30%.
No Alchemist. I'll roll for the Butcher. 40, no. Arena.
70.
That's a check for the system.
There's a guy that's run an arena before.
What's that?
So there's a guy that's run an arena before.
Yep. Alright. Prison. 90, yes, it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, you got a good prison guard.
Brewery. 60, yes. Taverns and inns. We just gotta have that no matter what.
Yeah.
Nope. Inn.
Alright. So you might have the building, but there's no one there to run it.
Someone wants to run 'em.
So you might try to get a zombie to do it, but like I said, zombies are horrible at these type of jobs.
Alright, let's roll that one for tavern. You roll one for inn. How about that?
Yeah, that's fine. You can split them up. Like I said, they could be separate entities.
70.
Alright, we got
You got an inn, there's no taverns. There's no one there to run the bar. You got no good bartenders.
The market. No. No one wants to help run the market. No one wants to run a mall. Shipping.
Longshoreman house.
No. Alright, who wants to look after some animals at the stable? Nope, they do not.
And what's...
Someone wants to run the tourism. Nope, no tourism.
Right.
So we have a smithy, a carpenter, a mason, an arena, a prison, a brewery, and an inn.
Alright, there you go. That's what the town will now have with these people that you've brought in, that are now agreeing to live here and run these businesses for you. And then roll me a percentage chance for the rest of the people that came.
You guys want to roll that, or?
What was it, like 580 or something like that?
800.
I had 300. I had 300, they had 500.
So 810?
Yeah.
Okay, so roll a percentage chance, and then whatever percentage you guys roll, just roll it once. That'll be how many of them stay.
Oh, 24.
24%.
Alright, figure that out on a phone or something. Don't make me do it.
194.4.
190.
So we'll say 195. So you guys get 195 new human residents, non-dead, that have free will to think on their own and do whatever they want. So you guys are rebuilding the city. You're bringing in some fresh blood. Living people are good because then it's not just a zombie town. You'll be able to attract more tourists that are, that are not as Urgathoan-y as a lot of the people that came for you guys. Or Oestra Ian is used to it.
Do you still have that pen laying around, Pat?
And they all come to your feast. Roll me a diplomacy check, all three of you, or all four of you actually, with Nala even.
Okay. What do you want to say? Nala's diplomacy is going to be
+3, probably.
Alright. That's a 19 for
Pretty good.
Roderick plus, I don't know, not much probably.
Still pretty good.
And Nala only gets a 9.
So not great.
I got a 16. Nancy got 11.
Alright, so the party goes pretty well. Not great. It gets a little too religious for some people. It's kind of like, because a lot of people are Urgathoan visitors, and so they really like the part. It was really religious. Nala, at some point, did a very Urgathoan speech. And it kind of creeped some people out. But the zombies all liked it, and all the Urgathoan tourists liked it. But otherwise, it was a great party. Everyone enjoyed the food. They seemed to like your town. A lot of people had some zombie orgies. So, I mean, it seemed to go really well for your first investor meeting. The town seems to be regrowing.
Excellent.
You guys are satisfied with the progress.
Now we need to figure out where we're going to put all this stuff in the town.
Yeah. Figure it out, draw it back up, send it to me, we'll mark it up.
Alright.
Vortiga, where did we leave you? You guys are in Westport, you're on the portal, you take, so Vortiga and Viva take the portal from Westport back to Nevercrooks. Here's what happens. When you guys arrive in Nevercrooks, Pleek Norfidgets is waiting for you. And she has apparently been waiting for you guys for a while, and she says, Vortiga. So yeah.
But I need to roll and see who's in control. I think Ramsey's is in control when we left.
Yeah. But
So
Pleek
let's go ahead
recognizes Vortiga and rushes up to you and says, I've been waiting for you for what seems like forever.
Should I roll my will saves to see who's in control?
Who was in control last?
I believe it was Ramsey.
Yeah, it was Ramsey.
So that's who's in control right now, unless you do something good.
Well, he's gonna try to access the memory in Ortega's mind to see if he can remember who this is.
Alright, roll me knowledge history.
Alright. That's gonna be an 11.
Alright, you vaguely remember meeting this person before. You would remember the name Pleek, but that's all you remember. It's someone named Pleek.
Okay. Yes, Pleek, I am Ortega. What have you been waiting for me for?
She's been waiting for you because she also wants to meet up with your friends, Cersei and the others. Which I think she'd be pretty upfront about. She's here because the Westport Drow House has a connection with the HBI, and your uncle and her uncle sent her here to wait for you because he knew that she would need you to find the people she was looking for. So basically, you've been assigned to lead Pleek back to the people she's.
All right. Well, all I have to do is I have to go report my mission, and then we can try and get back with the rest of the group. But it's of the utmost importance that I go report it to my superior, and I have my associate here, Diva Caligula, who is kind of my muscle.
Right. So you see a large, burly barbarian type half elf with Vortiga. That's who he's referring to, or she's referring to. All right, you say that's fine, I assume. And Vortiga leaves you in the reception area and takes Viva to the office of Jegger Dyson. correct?
Yes.
Alright, you reach the office of Jagger Dyson. He asks for you and Viva's full report. Viva immediately and very eagerly starts spouting out all the things that he remembers happening. He remembers smashing this, he remembers smashing that. He very vividly remembers smashing pretty much everything in town. And he tells Jagger that. He tells Jagger that you guys smashed everything. What do you say, Ramses? / Fortiga?
I'm going to say that, we really created turmoil in the city by first creating a diversion at one area of the city so that we could draw away some guards and infiltrate and smash the celestial winds. I used, enlargement spells and other enchantments of, magic weapon casts and.
I love how lies always have more details than the truth. All right, roll me a bluff check.
Yeah. Well, because the truth, you don't.
He's like, I went to the store. No, then if you lie, you're like, I went to the store and I bought bread and milk and eggs and cheese. It cost me 32.50. The guy, the cashier, his name was Reginald. You need more facts for a lie than you need for the truth.
He had a small scar above his.
He had a lisp. He had a very definite lisp.
I'm gonna take a hero point on that.
All right, roll +8 and re-roll.
Alright. God damn, same thing. That's I'm gonna surge. Because what am I rolling? Bluff or diplomacy?
Bluff, because you're lying right now.
Okay, so that's going to be
You're not being diplomatic. You're telling a bold-faced lie.
11. That's alright, I'm at 14 right now. I'm gonna surge.
All right.
That's only a 2, so that's 16. I'm gonna surge again.
Probably smart.
So
This is Agent Jagger Dyson.
okay, so that was already 16. This is +6, so this is 22.
All right. So he says that's a pretty good story. He says, but we have a conflicting one. And out of thin air appears Neville Chamberlain, the imp, sitting on Jagger's desk all of a sudden. And Neville says, they didn't smash nothing. They didn't smash nothing. Nothing they smashed. Nothing.
Alright, God damn it, I beat Joey here.
Viva vehemently swears they did. Viva says, I remember smashing this. Very, very accurately describes all the things he smashed. Has a great memory of it. Even seems to be telling the truth.
I mean, you can clearly, see that Neville's just upset clearly because I left him behind because he just fell behind.
Bluff check.
God damn it, Brian.
Sorry, dog. This is a game.
I know. Okay, that's an 11 plus 3, I think. Hold on. Yeah, that's a 14.
Alright, so Jagger seems to have some doubt about who to trust.
Can I surge on that 14?
You can surge on it.
Alright, so this is going to be my third mythic. Wait.
The 2 left.
That's a 6, so that's 19.
But you know what? He trusts you. You've been a good agent. He says, this imp, I don't know. He says, somehow found his way back here. He says, and it's an imp. He says, imps are known to lie. And so he trusts you, Vortiga. You've been a good agent all these years. Your intern's backing you up. He asks if you think your intern is ready to join the HBI.
I agree and say, yes, I believe Viva has fully shown the capability to be a very useful and successful member of the HBI in promoting the agenda of the Hell Pit.
Alright, well then they say, he says you're free to go, and it says you can take Neville with you. So Neville flies back up to your shoulder, and sort of yanks on your hair, and whispers in your ear, I know.
Ha! Okay.
And you leave Viva behind in the office with Jagger to talk about the terms of his contract. So you leave Viva in the office, and you go meet back up with Pleek in the reception area.
So what money did I get for the contract?
Did you give away a contract?
Or no, for completing
for completing Joey's internship and smashing the stuff in Southport?
Yeah.
You get 2,000 gold.
Okay.
But did you give away any contracts?
No. So
Then you lose 1,000 gold, so you're back to 1,000. So you get 1,000.
Alright, let me check and add this up real quick. Alright, so I immediately back up at the
Reception area?
and I say, so, please, I haven't seen you in a while. How have you been?
Busy.
Oh, well, now that I've completed my bit of business here, I think that we can try and head out and find the rest of the group.
Alright, and the HBI would provide you with information on their most recent location. They are tracking these individuals, especially Cersei, now that she's reached second level ascension. So they've been able to ping her on their detection methods, because she does not have any spells of non-detection cast upon her. So they've been able to ping her location near the city of Catone.
The city of Catone?
Yep. The last they pinged it, it was in between the mountains of East Linya and the city of Catone. So last they pinged it, it was heading towards Catone. And that was maybe an hour or two ago.
Alright, well, I really don't want to do this with Joey not here, because this is a lot of shit, you know, but,
He's in the office of Jagger, we can always catch him up. He's got a contract to sign, he can wish for whatever he wants, so he'll be fine. He's about to get a wish. I wouldn't worry about Joey too much. Next time he plays, he gets a wish.
Alright.
He'll figure it out on his own. He's on the same island as you guys.
Yeah,
That was just an internship. You just verified his internship. You have no reason to stick around. You know, he was getting in your way anyway, as Ramses and as Ortega probably.
I guess Leek and I would go.
And Neville.
And Neville. Would
And
go
Harriet.
To,
Of course.
Linya.
Yeah.
So where you going? East towards East Linya, towards the area that Cersei was last notified to be seen in.
Yeah, I mean,
portal
could we
there?
just take the portal there?
Yeah.
The portal right now only goes between Nevercrooks and Westport until more portals are placed. You would know that Morrigan, I think, has one, and you also, your uncle gave you one as well.
Yeah.
So in your pack you have a metal disc that can be used. You have to place it in a certain spot, though. You're also wearing a ring. You have one, and you're also wearing a ring that locates ley lines and will glow whenever you're near a ley line. And that's where these portals need to be. They need to be placed somewhere in proximity to a ley line to work. And the ley lines are also usually near crystals. So you know that if your ring is glowing, you're either near a portal, near a ley line, or near a crystal. Yeah. So you're either near a portal, near a place a portal needs to be, or near a crystal, which is why the portals need to be near them. So yeah. So you have one. I believe Morgan has one, but Morgan's not with you. And you guys are instructed to place them somewhere near crystals, because you're trying to get access to these crystals for your uncle. So, and Vortiga's already helped with doing that, so she has no problem with it, although the Ramses might, because Ramses is a previous crystal toucher who's trying to protect them. Doesn't know what you're up to, but knows that right now all you guys are doing are looking for Cersei, which on Ramses' mind is a good idea, because Ramses is supposed to protect the crystal, and you know Cersei's probably a good ally in that regard.
Ramses wouldn't really have to sense motive because he would know Pleeks with the HBI, so it's like you already know it's bad.
Yeah, you can sense motive if you want, though. If you want to try it, roll it.
Sure.
And you can assume it. It's easy. You can say Ramses would assume it, but if you want to know for sure, roll it, and you'll know for sure whether or not it's true. It's not, but the HP. You're here. You're with the Westport. You're with the Drow. You're with someone evil. Yeah, you're somehow associated with the HBI. Yeah. You're hanging out in their office. You're hanging out in the lobby waiting for Vortigo.
I don't feel out of place here.
No, you're totally fine here. Yeah. You're not part of the
I'm
organization.
not on staff.
Yeah, you're
but
not
I
on
don't
payroll.
Feel out of place.
Yeah, you're not on payroll.
That's going to be a 20, not natural.
All right, but that's enough to sense that you can sense from Pleek exactly what you already sensed from Pleek.
Yeah.
Pleek's not necessarily a good character. There's something shady going on for sure. But you do need to find Cersei. You would just note that, like, you know how you're supposed to protect people from touching the crystal? You would know you would not want Pleek to touch the crystal. You can hang out with Pleek, you can try... I mean, as your new job now is to redeem people. Just by you meeting them, Long has already told you, just because you met them, you're already influencing them as far as, like, because they've talked to you, now find a crystal. So your goal now is to make everyone as good as possible, and then stop anyone bad from touching the crystal. So right now, because you've already met Pleek, you know that you either need to turn Pleek good, or stop Pleek from touching a crystal. Because sooner or later, Pleek's gonna find one.
But I can't change the Devil Chamberlain because he's a creature of pure darkness.
He's an imp.
Right?
Yeah, you're gonna have to kill him.
He's evil,
Yeah,
right?
he's an imp.
So I'm gonna have to deal with him in a different way.
He's more or less spying on you for the HBI.
Yeah, he's a little fucking snitch.
Yeah, he's your snitch. He's like riding on your shoulder. He's riding on your shoulder and willing to snitch on you if you be good too much. And you know that. You know Neville's on your shoulder. You feel him. You know he's watching everything you do. So you have to be very careful. You need to play along as much as possible. So you're gonna want to play along with Pleek and just be like, yeah, let's go find Cersei like we're supposed to do. I'm doing my job.
I'm going to have another me versus me battle.
Yeah, probably.
God damn it!
Right now.
I've had so many battles against myself. I'm in a schizophrenic frame of mind. Dragons, because I'm just like plotting against myself. I'm like, all right, what am I?
You're playing chess against yourself. It's very weird. I know.
It is. I feel like
But that's how you become a chess master, man. That's Wu-Tang shit right there. You have to defeat yourself. Since the beginning of the game, I've always had you against yourself. I had you fight a shadow version of yourself, and now you're fighting and it's an evil and good version of yourself. That's the greatest enemy you will ever fight is yourself.
I think we'll just cast Pleek doesn't need a horse. He has a spider, right?
Yeah, he's got a riding spider. He'll be able to keep up.
Alright, then I'll cast summon animal and summon a horse, and we'll ride to.
Alright, which path do you guys take? Do you travel through the mountains? Do you take the road to East Linya?
Okay, I'm good.
So Pleek has looked at a map. You've shown Pleek a map because you guys have access to maps here at the HBI. You've seen the map. You're familiar with the area and how you would need to travel, but you can either travel through the mountains or take the road.
I say through the mountains is the easier route to go past the detection of the guard towers, which will, in fact, detect us.
Area's comfortable in all terrains.
Alright,
Let's go to the mountains.
Alright, so Pleek, trust your advice.
Alright, so we'll head through the mountains.
Alright, mountain time. Roll some percentage chance see if anything happens here. That's me. Alright, so you guys enter the mountain. You guys first encounter a rival group of hobgoblins. Of course, you don't know that. Of course, Ramses, you actually think you walk towards them because you see hobgoblins. You're like, oh, sweet, hobgoblins. They're not going to hassle us. But you don't realize that all hobgoblins are different. Then you reach this camp and they see Vortiga and they get angry right away. And there's now about a camp full of 100 hobgoblins angry at you and your friend traveling with you because you look slightly different.
We can't roll a knowledge local or something?
You can. Roll it. Roll it and we'll see if you avoid it. I like your idea and I'll let you rewind time. I like this kind of stuff. You know me. I'm flexible.
Okay. That's an 18 plus 3 local.
Alright, time rewound. You see a group of hobgoblins in the distance. You're a hobgoblin, so you feel kind of safe, but you also know that it might be a different tribe, and it might not be worth traveling through. You can travel farther north or farther south, but you know you shouldn't travel directly east through this tribe, probably.
We're gonna go south and around.
Alright. Alright, you travel south. You try to stay in the mountains, though. From where you are, you see a small camp, or like several small camps kind of clustered together. Look like small human encampments. It's what you would, in Hellport, you know, they sometimes call this place Manitos.
Okay.
It's kind of like a human base in this area of Westlandia. It's like a stronghold on the other side of the mountains. It's hard to get to, only because you're a hobgoblin and you grew up in the mountains where you're able to lead Pleek, and because Pleek has a spider, so it's helped. So you guys were able to travel pretty easily through this area. Most people couldn't. This is actually a pretty difficult area to travel. But these humans somehow have survived out here, and they, you know, the Hellport's not fond of them. Even as Ramses, you would know that Vortiga knows that Hellport doesn't like them, so Ramses probably would like them, because they're like humans that fight back against that kind of stuff. They, the different tribes fight different cities in Westlandia. They're like the rebellion of Westlandia. So you know you're passing past the rebellion territory, but you remain undetected, but you see them. They don't see you, you're far enough away. But you spot this camp, and now as Ramses recognizes information. You guys reach the area around where the wall is built that reaches up to the edge of the mountains. Of course, you don't see a wall. Only Ramses kind of knows about this because he's experienced it before, I believe. Pleek doesn't. Pleek, what you see from the mountains is what looks like the road that leads into East Linya. As you guys cross the middle of the mountain range and reach the other side, roll me a perception check, Pleek. Ramses is already familiar. Damn, your fucking modifiers are crazy as hell. So, with that, you do also realize when you pass the wall, when you look back, that from one side it looked like there was no wall, and the other side of the mountains that you could see a white wall, a white brick wall. Which you did not see from Westlandia. On Eastlandia, you do see a wall that exists. You guys continue through the mountains. Roll to see if anything happens on this side of town. There's some wildlife, nothing crazy. I need you guys to both roll a dexterity save, though, on your animals. One for Harriet and one for you on your... Roll a ride check for me, actually, Ramses, because you're on a horse, but animal for you. Alright.
That's 7. So it's going to be a 20, not natural.
Alright, so Vortiga's fine, but you notice Pleek falls off of her spider because she rolled a natural 1.
I have a 75% chance to stay at the side.
Yeah. Alright, so roll me a percentage chance.
You want the natural what?
It's a feat, yeah, so I have to allow it because I said that and she has a feat. Oh, 76! You don't fall off the saddle, but you do fall, and you hang onto the saddle, but you still take some damage. You hit your head on some rocks. So roll me a d6 of just head damage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so you see Pleek fall off of her spider. Still hang on to the saddle some, but bash her head a little bit on some rocks. Take a little damage. She got a little gash on her head, bleeds a little bit. You travel on?
Yes.
Okay, you travel on past the mountain city of Dort. You guys are heading north. Alright, you'll heal yourself? Yeah. Alright, Pleek heals herself. You guys head towards the direction where you heard Cersei was. You're kind of heading towards the castle, White Castle.
Yeah.
The largest castle in East Linya. That's kind of the direction you guys are heading. That's where you heard Cersei was heading.
Yeah.
And your trajectory is going to kind of cross paths with hers, but first you have to pass the towers. So when you guys cross the threshold, you hear a message from one of the towers from far away. Who are you? Where are you going? What is your intent?
Alright. Well, feel free, Pleek, if you'd like to answer it anytime you can as well. But,
They are asking both of you, so...
yeah.
I enjoy watching you swerve.
Can I see the map of East Linya real quick? Thank you.
Well, what's the opposite of that, basically?
So we came out by the mine.
Yep. You guys are right. Yep. You came out sort of north, in between the mine and the tower. Right, just north of the forest. Just north of the forest, on the mountain range.
Okay.
in between the tower and the city of little tiny town of Dort, a little mining town,
Okay,
just south of the tower.
yeah, so we can just say that we're just travelers passing through to go to the city of, what's it called? Catone?
Catone, yeah. You guys are heading towards Catone.
Yeah. Simple travelers passing through the town.
All right. You have a ring that hides your alignment. What alignment are you, Pleek?
Evil, neutral.
I can test something real quick. Hold on. I gotta stop.
As Ramses, are you gonna do this for him? I mean, that's actually like as Ramses, like the most like as a good character, protecting an evil character from harm is like the most super good thing you can do. Like a character's about to get punished for being evil, and you're going to jump in and be like, "Nah, dog."
That's what I'm saying.
You can roll a knowledge arcana if you like, Pleek.
That's a 19.
Alright, so that's enough to know that you feel like they're probably casting a detect alignment type of spell on you guys right now. Yeah. So you sense that right now they're gonna find out if you're evil in a few seconds if you don't do something about it.
Okay. Well, I can't hide that, can
I don't know what your spells are, so I don't know. That's the fun of the game. Surprise me.
Would they detect on Vortiga or Ramses?
Vortiga is wearing a ring that hides her alignment.
Oh, smooth.
So even whether or not she's right now she's Ramses also. So right now her alignment is good, technically.
Yeah.
But she's wearing a ring that no matter what, whether she's good or evil, like even at work when they would try to like they can't detect Ramses on her at work because she's wearing that same ring. That's the same thing that's protecting Ramses is protecting Vortiga in the same instance.
Can I take wild shape? Would that? I mean, they see me already, so they would see me turn into.
They would see you turn into something exactly.
So can I disappear and back into the mountains, and then can I like
You wanna
just turn
flee?
away? Yeah, can I just like
Flee
flee?
west.
I can, flee and then turn to take a wild shape and then just
Kinda come
saunter past.
Yeah, you can try that. You're gonna have to leave Harry behind if you do that though, because she can't change shape. I guess a giant spider can still walk around on her own. It wouldn't be that weird.
Be a little weird, but
Well, not incredibly weird.
Not super weird. Yeah.
I
I don't know.
I'll allow it.
I mean,
Do you want to flee the other direction? You're gonna. That means Ramses / Vortiga's gonna get ahead of you though, because unless Ramses / Vortiga waits for you there, you expressly say this plan to her currently.
yeah.
But the
well, I
fact
think
that they
that's
can,
what we should
you know,
do. I don't know. I mean,
But the
yeah.
fact that they can hear you guys right now saying what you say, you know if you try to tell your plan to Vortiga right now, they can probably hear whatever you say out loud as well.
Well, I mean,
Unless you have some other way of transmitting, unless you have another
did we
language
just, like,
or a note to
did
pass.
we just walk out of the mountains and then just go, whoa, and then we were caught? I mean, we didn't see this before they saw.
You saw a tower.
and then we just like kept
heard a
stumbling
voice.
towards it. And
Well,
then
you
they
just
were
heard a
like,
voice. I mean, you guys are
okay.
heading north. You guys are
North.
heading that direction. And this tower, like you guys are definitely farther away from the tower than you think that you would need to be for them to see you. They're definitely like able to see you farther than they can. You're definitely able to hear their voices farther away than you thought you would be able to. Like you're not that close to the tower.
Okay.
You get the feeling that they can't attack you from here, but you have the feeling that if you get closer to the tower, they can attack you. So right now it's like a warning type of thing.
First, I'm going to ask in Infernal Devil to I'm gonna use my once a day suggestion. What should we do?
All right, I like it. You asked the imp what should Pleek do. Roll me a percentage chance for Neville.
Okay.
This is weird because it's also slowly turning Ramses evil. He's like having to ask an imp for directions.
60%.
Will Vortiga become good or will Ramses become evil? We'll find out.
Yes, we will. I don't even
So
know.
61%. We'll say that you should say that you captured Pleek.
Yes. Okay, yeah.
Classic bait and switch.
Yeah, I'm just a trap. I'll say,
Well, to make something up though, you're gonna do some bluff checks right now. So
yeah, I'll do the bluff check. I captured this What is he? A dwarf?
No.
A gnome.
No. Yeah.
Should have known.
I captured this gnome and this spider. And I am taking them to Tony.
Alright, I need you both to roll a bluff check. I need you to roll a bluff check for this lie, and I need you, Pleek, to roll a bluff check to pretend to be, like, in handcuffs. Like, put your arms on your back and, like... Alright, Pleek rolled a 21, so Pleek looks like a prisoner. Pleek's faking prisoner roll really well. At least, like, you guys are far from the tower, so you don't think they can see you very well, even if they can see you.
That's gonna be a 17.
Alright, a decent enough bluff. You guys are far enough away, you guys have experienced telescopes before. You assume they're viewing you through some sort of, like, lens, and just can see you better than you know. And they have some sort of megaphone to make their voices seem louder so you can hear them from farther away. Like, it doesn't seem to be, like, telepathic or anything involving your minds. It actually seems to be coming from the exterior. So you guys are faking this really well. They seem to be buying it. They ask where you're taking your prisoner.
I'm going to roll a knowledge local with Ortega to see if I can reach into the recesses of her mind, figure out what the most logical place in East Linya would be to take a prisoner.
Alright, roll it.
That's only going to be a 9 plus. That's going to be a 9 plus 3, so that's only an 11. Oh.
Alright, so the only thing you're able to get from her memory, the only thing that Vortiga recalls is the town of Kiswahili.
Yeah, this direction. Yeah, I'll say we're gonna go to Kiswahili.
Alright, roll me a bluff check.
Another one, damn.
Well, you are lying. Can't be mad for rolling bluff checks when you're lying, dog.
No, I know. Ugh. That's gonna be 6, and I'm going to surge it. That's gonna be a 9. And I'm going to use my last mythic point surge.
You better roll a 6 or nothing's gonna happen good for you.
I mean, I have to.
I know you have to, I know.
Oh, a 2.
Alright, they tell you to turn back from the way you came.
I mean, I don't really have another option. I have to turn back. I can't. Why?
Alright,
how far away are they?
What do you do?
Tower.
What do you do?
Then ask why.
Oh, ask why? Alright, roll me a diplomacy check.
Right. Oh, that's only going to be a 2. Oh, 2 plus 11. That is going to be a 13.
They say, Kiswahili's not accepting prisoners right now.
Well, where can I take this prisoner?
Roll me diplomacy.
That's going to be 21.
Alright, they ask, don't they have jails in West Linya?
I'm going to do...
How far away is this
It's about 80 feet.
stuff? And can you roll a perception check to find out, like, stuff?
Yeah.
I didn't.
It's a tower.
No,
You rolled a 4? Well, you might have high perception, I don't know.
I do. It's a plus 14.
Oh, so
it's
18.
an
Alright, yeah. I'll tell you what you know.
What's it mean?
Seems to be some sort of white stone tower.
I'm going to use Devil's commune ability, where I get 6 questions with him, and I'm going to ask him, how can I get past these guys with a legitimate story? And the second question will be,
Roll me a percentage chance on that first one first.
How's Australia?
yeah, those might be, because I only get this once a week, so I gotta ask him all 6 questions.
Third question, is there a god?
Yeah, no, I was about to hit you with, what is the meaning of life?
So, what's her name?
Ooh, 89.
Alright, so what was that question?
That question was, how can we legitimately get past these guys? Like, what can we tell them to get past? Or, I mean, yeah. I mean, that's what I'm talking about with how can we get past these guys. Like, because our actions only going to come after what we say.
Neville suggests that you prove that Pleek is a criminal and that needs to be taken somewhere with a serious, prison. Like that's that you suggest that maybe West Linea doesn't have very good prisons, and Pleek's a serious criminal that needs to be taken somewhere like maximum security. Make it seem urgent, like
How far behind in the timeline are they from Alec and I?
Not very. Now that as soon as you guys are in the room, you guys can catch up pretty much. That's how I play the game.
Question number 2.
All right.
What would a crime be of high enough offense that he would be like, I gotta get this terrible fucking person into your good kingdom.
All right.
East Linya.
Only
the light can hold him back.
All right. Altering fate, altering time, altering other people's will, altering the future in any way. What else? Releasing souls from dimensions where they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Planar. What's the word?
Minor transgressions.
Yeah, planar transgressions, like planar travel. It's too much. Like they allow some planar travel, but like abusing the privileges can be, on East Linya, they know that they consider a lot of things on East Linya a crime that they don't on West Linya. That's why a lot of the war started. On East Linya, they consider a lot of things against the natural law, like
We can go to the Shadow Realm. Yeah, that's all true.
Yeah, I mean,
The Shadow Realm, but we're out in the open, right? Is there a Shadow Realm right now? Out in the fucking...
The Shadow Realm exists everywhere, but in areas of bright light, it exists less.
yeah.
Right now, you're in a normal part of the world, so there are shadows. There's not it is middle of the day, so there's not a bunch of shadows. But you're also in the mountains, so there are shadows that
I
exist.
thought
There are
we were out
trees.
of the mountain.
Oh yeah, you're in
the
between. You're in the
now.
field.
Right
So, yeah,
there.
not a lot of shadows.
Yeah. Okay, so can I roll like a knowledge check to find out if there's anything special about these white stones? Or are they just regular stones?
You can roll a knowledge arcana.
Yeah, 18 plus 4, so 22.
They do appear to be made of some sort of magic white stone.
Magic.
All right.
You just say that he's a planeswalker and that's his crime.
All right.
A
A planeswalker. We've got a planeswalker. I like it. Your crime is planeswalking.
Nice.
All right. Roll me a bluff check.
Okay.
Well, that's true, though.
Yeah, I mean,
I know it's true. I know it's true, but you don't know that about Bleak, do you? Yes, you have seen him travel through planes, haven't you?
Yeah, it's true.
All right.
Yeah.
Still roll it though, because you're lying about it being you're not actually bringing in a criminal. This is still sort of a bluff. So just roll it. It doesn't be as high because it is sort of true. So it won't make the number as high.
That's only gonna be a 6.
All right. They ask the criminal's name. They say they'll check it against the Planeswalker directory.
I mean, can I still use my other 3 questions with
Yeah, you can ask a question really quick before you answer.
if I had stage?
I'll assume that you're whispering this stuff to Neville so that they can't hear you.
Yeah, in Infernal.
Okay, in Infernal. Okay, that helps.
I'm gonna say quickly, like in as few words as possible. I'm gonna say Planewalker directory? Question mark.
It says, Oh, you've got to know that the researchers keep a list of anyone that has transgressions against any of the gods. And planeswalking is one of the things the gods hate. They hate when their planes are intruded upon by mortals. So there's definitely a list of people that cross the line.
Would he have to leave me?
What does that mean?
Would Fleek have to leave me if I give them his name?
Can I find
No,
out
they will. If you give them the name, they will just check the directory for the name to see if it's on there. It's someone that's broken a crime. They'll look and see if he's a criminal, basically.
And since I'm in commune for my 6th question, is he already on the list?
Pleek, roll me a percentage chance to see if you're already on the list. Pleek doesn't think he's on the list. He may or may not be, but Pleek doesn't think he's on any kind of list. He says, I'm sure I go to the Shadow Plane, but it's just, for religious reasons. Just on Sundays. Only on Sundays.
That's my 6th question, so I'll say,
You rolled a perception check, I'll tell you what you know. About 200 feet high. 200 feet high towers, yep. Made of white brick. That's some sort of magic aura about it. Some sort of, really good aura about it, yeah.
good,
It kind of repulses you, yeah.
really good aura about this?
well, I'm going to
To the
tell
rocks.
people his name's Fleek.
Alright,
Do the
Fleek.
rocks have
Pleek the Planeswalker. Alright, they start searching the list for Pleek the Planeswalker. What's your question, Pleek?
do the rocks? Do I know if the rocks have spell resistance?
Roll me a Knowledge Arcana. Yes,
There you go.
I mean, just another one for this particular
Yeah.
information. Yes,
Yeah.
you know that they do have some sort of spell resistance. They seem resistant to magic. They seem to be built with magic and to resist magic. Even from this far away, you sense that the tower is a strong force. Vortiga, you want to roll? Well, I guess Ramses would roll
Yeah.
a knowledge history into Vortiga's mind to access the information about these towers.
Hey, you're rolling threes all day,
Does the
son.
tower?
That's only
Does it have a
going to be a
roof?
6.
Is it enclosed?
You don't remember anything about these towers other than the fact you passed by them before. The towers is enclosed, like it's, a cylinder that's enclosed, and the top
Right.
has a roof, and then on top there seems to be some sort of cannon. There are 2 guards on the top, and there's probably one out front and 2 indoors if you had to guess. Looks like it has room for at least 6 guards.
Oh.
Well, I told him his name's Fleek, so can we go through?
Yeah, they're searching the directory. They say Pleek is only wanted for minor transgressions, nothing serious. That prisoner's not worth holding.
He has some incriminating material on himself, magical items.
Alright. They ask what?
I don't know. I haven't been able to fully figure it out, but I do know that, it is something worth noting.
Alright, bluff check.
Absolutely.
Bluff check.
Natural 19.
Alright.
Yeah, plus 3.
They say take him to White Castle, and there his items will be confiscated. And after that, you can probably release him. They say, but keep an eye on him. They say that they don't detect anything good about him. They say he's an evil one, so watch your back.
Alright, that's what we're gonna have to do. We'll head to White Castle and keep our heads down and try and figure out a scheme on the way on how to get it, get out of this. I mean, as Ramses, personally, motivation wouldn't be necessarily like, oh, if Fleek loses his shit, like,
You don't
I'm
care,
gonna just
yeah.
be all over myself.
Yeah, you're fine with that.
Like,
If evil is weaker,
he's an
you're
evil
fine.
character.
Yeah, you want him to lose his stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a good character.
You want
I'm
to
a good
turn
guy.
him good, but you don't care if he loses his item. All right. So you guys are heading towards White Castle. Roll me a perception check.
I care if I lose my item.
Of course you
I'm not gonna let that happen.
See what happens when you get to White Castle.
Don't say that to the DM or it will happen. 7.
Also 7 plus perception.
I said I would.
I need Alec and Cersei to also roll perception.
14.
13.
So what was all those numbers again?
14 and 13 for Alec and Cersei.
Okay,
So
only
I'm
Pleek
15
Pleek
for-
rolled high enough, I think. Only Pleek rolled high enough to notice the two travelers traveling from north towards you guys. You even recognize one of them as Cersei. Traveling in your direction. You guys are closer to White Castle than they are, but they're heading the same direction as you. You guys will reach White Castle before they do. Correct.
So I'm gonna stop moving.
Alright, you're gonna tell
Ortega that we need to stop and we need to join these people in the distance.
Alright, so Pleek stops you and says, "Hey, look, it's Cersei. We should join her."
Oh, it is Cersei. I remember Cersei.
Yeah, Ramses would and Ortega does, so that's not a problem.
Let's go see. Let's go see Cersei.
Alright, you guys head in that direction.
See her.
You head north. You guys
Can I
are
roll
now...
perception checks?
Yeah, you can roll separate ones now. They're getting closer to you guys.
Nope. 5.
I got a 32 for me and 29 for Caesar.
Alright, Alec definitely noticed something. Caesar alerts you, and then you look, and you see, using your great hunter vision, in the distance you see a large hobgoblin coming this way with a gnome riding a spider, and they look dangerous.
I tell Cersei immediately.
Alright, well, we're riding. I've got my dire
Hyena?
hyena that I'm riding and one extra one that's
Yep.
a zombie, and he's got.
One that he's
got
riding.
binoculars.
Yeah.
How
Alec can
far
ride
away
one
are we?
too. You guys are about 100...
My name is Bonsai.
I like it, bonsai. You guys are probably 100, 200 feet away from each other now. At this point, after traveling and being able to see each other now. You still don't recognize Vertigo from this distance, but you do see a hobgoblin and a gnome riding a spider, which seems kind of familiar.
Yeah. I guess we'll stand up and we're gonna post up and see what's going on here.
Alright, you wait in the road. You hold your position.
I'm ready in action, by the way.
What action are you ready?
I don't think I can tell you right now.
You can tell me.
I'm ready.
If you don't tell me, it's not happening.
Okay, well then I'm gonna ready my hex misfortune.
Fucked up, dog.
You guys see each other in the distance. Vertigo waves. Cersei readies a spell. Alright, Viva, you find yourself alone in an office. Vortiga's just left you. You're at the HBI. You know you're in the office of Agent Jegger Dyson. He's the guy that recruited you. Said you'd make a nice addition to the team. You've completed your first mission. They believe you smashed out the town of Southport successfully, even though Neville didn't corroborate the story. They still believed you guys. So you have completed your first mission, which means you've been approved to join the HBI if you're interested. So in walks Agent Jegger Dyson, shakes your hand, congratulates you on your first mission, asks how it went.
Smash all the things.
Yeah, they've got your full report, so they're super happy with your work. And he pulls out a contract for you and says, if you'll just sign right here, we can get you all geared up and ready for the HBI.
So, is there any fine print that I need to be aware of on this here contract there, boss?
You can roll a perception check,
Alright.
or unless you're asking, then you can just roll diplomacy.
I'll read and do a perception check.
Alright.
That's 17 on perception.
Yeah, you see some fine print, but you can't read it. It's too small.
Very fine.
Very fine print.
Fine. Well, you seem to be like a good group of guys, like to smash a lot of shit. Fuck it, why not? I'll give you my job hand copy.
Alright, it says, and per the HBI, we have a great incentive and bonus program. It says, just for joining the HBI, I can give you, name something you want, and I'll tell you if we can make it happen for you. We have a limited ability to grant you anything that you want when you join the HBI. So you name it, and if it's something that we can make happen, we'll do it for you.
I want world peace. I want a weapon that really
Smashes.
but at the same time, like, it needs to be a great sword, and I want it to be bound to me.
Alright. So he says, if you sign the contract, we can make that happen.
That's dope. That's
All right, you sign your contract? All right, you sign away. In flames. Flames erupt on Agent Jagger's desk. A lot of the scrolls there catch on fire. It's not. It's appearing from hell. So the sword disappears out from flames of hell, burns a spot on the agent's desk, and it's smoking. It's still hot. You reach for it. He says, wait, don't touch it yet. It's still smoking. He says, let's wait for it to cool off. He says, now whenever you touch this sword, you're going to need to give it a name. All right, the sword cools off. He says, all right, you can touch it now. It's yours.
Black magic.
All right, you grab the sword. The sword is actually made of a black steel, so it's cool. It's called black magic. It's got a black blade, a black handle. It's a completely black weapon. And whenever you grab it, you hear in your mind, black magic, black magic, black magic.
Does he do the jazz?
I need you to roll a will save.
Oh. There's always a downside with the HBI wizards.
But yeah, it's like monkey paw.
Yeah, just like the monkey paw. I love that.
That's gonna be a 20 on my will save.
All right, so you're able to resist the thrall of this weapon, but you are now bound to this weapon. This weapon is yours. No one else can hold it. If anyone else holds it, it'll become hot to the touch again, besides you, so no one else can pick up this weapon. But it's an intelligent weapon. This weapon has a mind of its own. Black magic wants to smash everything. So anytime you're in proximity of something that the sword wants to smash, you have to roll a will save or just smash it. You will have an uncontrollable urge. The sword will make you smash things. Yeah. So, so the sword can take control of you and just make you smash stuff if it wants, and you will have no control while the sword's in, in control of you. It's just a will contest versus it. It's the same as a normal greatsword. 2d6. But whenever you're enraged, whenever you're in your barbarian rage, which whenever it activates, you automatically will be. Whenever it takes over, you'll be in a rage, or whenever you activate the rage yourself when you're using it, you can add your strength twice to the damage, your strength modifier.
My strength modifier twice?
Yep. During rage, or whenever it's taking over. Yeah, whenever it takes over, it'll put you in rage anyway. Yeah. So you'll be doing some mega damage when you swing this thing.
Like, you could literally have taken out the...
Does he get... So, if it does 2d6, does he get... Put the strength modifier on each d6, or just...
No, 2d6, then add strength on top.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't add strength to each d6.
My strength modifier is
So it'll be a plus 6 with this. You'd roll 2d6 plus 6.
Well, the 2d6
Plus 6, yeah.
Awesome. But if you've got an enlarged person and when in rage...
And you get an extra plus 1 on your modifier, so yeah. It'll actually be a plus 8, I think. So yeah.
That's awesome.
So yeah. And then he says, we've got you set up with an office. It's right next to Vortigas, who you just met.
Alright, go in there and smash.
So you go check out. He leads you to your office and says, "Well, this is it." And you're welcome to go inside. Says, "Welcome to the HBI. If you have any questions, my office is in the hallway. Receptionist downstairs will always have information for you as well. If you need anything, just let us know."
Thanks for the gear, boss.
Yeah, it says, "Yeah, your first mission will arrive on your desk shortly."
Alright, well, to my desk I will go.
Just hanging out at your desk, waiting for work to come. Now that's an adventure right there. Find out how that turns out next time on Long Distance Dungeons & Dragons Dinner Theater.